Hello everybody and welcome to Crypto World, where we talk all about crypto. Now remember, I am not a financial advisor and anything we say in this video is for entertainment purposes only. Now I got very exciting news, as I will be sharing my personal portfolio with you at the end of this video. But remember, my portfolio changes all the time, so I'll try to release my portfolio in future videos so you can keep up to date. Now if you would like, you can also subscribe to the channel so you can keep up to date with the videos and what I'm doing with my portfolio. Alright, so before I get into whether I think a crash is coming this year or not, let's talk a little bit about crypto. What is it? Does it actually solve a real world problem? And the answer is yes, and a big one. Now the sad truth is the financial system of the world is currently a little bit broken, both in the developing world, which are countries like in South America, Africa, China, and the developed world, which includes countries like Canada, Australia, America, and so on. In both parts, the system is not that great. Okay, in the developed world, we basically have access to banks and financial services and so on. But essentially, we're fighting a losing battle because we have inflation. So our currency continuously getting less and less worth. They can buy you less, and also the cost of living is increasing. Okay, so unless you've been living under a rock, you should know that 20 years ago the wages were a lot more relative to you would be getting more money in relative to the cost of living. So basically people could afford more back in the day, when also the cost of houses was not as expensive, and that's all has to do with that inflation and the continuously cost of living getting more and more expensive. Now in the developing world, other than that they have a lot of corruption in the system, they also don't have the same accessibility we have to the banks and the financial services we get here. So that means that people in those countries they can't build wealth as well as we do. So it puts them in a disadvantage. Now crypto can solve a lot of those problems, and that's the biggest use case for cryptocurrency. Okay, now the three elements of cryptocurrency that a lot of the coins out there is trying to address is security, so being able to access your currencies whenever you need in a very secure way. Also being able to have them available at any point. The second thing is the flexibility that you have to use those currencies, so you can invest in other parts of the world, you can invest in your own country, and you have accessibility to more services. Okay, so for example, you can take a risk on lending money to someone in another country for a higher interest rate. Okay, so you're not bounded to your own country and the services available here. You can actually access a wider range around the globe for different financial services and banking. Okay, and the third thing is governance. So that means that the blockchain technology or the crypto project you are invested in or use for your currencies, you actually have voting power on where things go with that project, as long as you own some of those coins. So basically it gives the power of voting and the future of the currency you are using to the community, and it's no longer governed by a single group of people like the government in our case. Okay, so because cryptocurrency has the potential to solve one of the biggest problems we have in the world, I believe that it has a bright future. So to our point, whether a crash is coming this year or not, yes, the cryptocurrency, the crypto space has inflated a lot over the last few months, and a lot of the coins out there has x10 and even up to x100 themselves, which is crazy. Okay, so it's sort of like similar to the same thing we had in 2017. But essentially, you know, a lot of investors and entrepreneurs and big hedge funds groups started investing in this group and just opening their eyes to the technology and what's available out there. So essentially, we might have a little correction or, you know, a bit of a crash, 50%, 40%, you know, something like that. But over the long run, cryptocurrency has a lot of potential, and you know, I wouldn't recommend to put all your chips in right now, maybe a little bit, but essentially, you know, over the long run, this is one of the technologies that would probably guide the world to a lot of solutions, whether it's the financial system or identity problems, or, you know, you name it. There's so many cryptocurrencies out there. So yes, definitely we might see a correction, but over the long run, I don't think you can go wrong with cryptocurrency. Now let's go into my portfolio and I'll just run you through what I have, what I own, very basic overview, and yeah. Alright, so this is my portfolio as of March 31st. You can see the percentages on the outside of the circle, the different coins, the logos, and the coins down here, the code of the coins. Now it's important to note that I actually keep about 30% of the money I put into crypto in actual US dollars, okay, in USDC it's called. This is because I want to make sure that if the market does crash eventually, I'm ready to buy in again, okay? So 30% of the money I have set aside is in cash. So I'm happy whether the market goes up or it goes down. And I think that's a very good position to be in when you're investing in general, that you're always ready when things go bad or when things go good, okay? Very important investment fundamental. Essentially, my portfolio needs a reshuffle. I'll probably try to reshuffle a lot of the money I have in little projects that are more risky towards the ones that are more you know, known and, you know, have more potential, like Ethereum, Polkadot, Bitcoin. So a lot of that money you see in these projects will probably be shuffled in the next few weeks and months into these projects, into Bitcoin, Ethereum, and Polkadot. Essentially, I'm also invested in exchanges such as Hotbit and KuCoin. Hotbit, not too happy with these guys, but KuCoin definitely is a better exchange. I think obviously if we are to see the crypto space growing, then the exchanges will benefit from it. So that's why I'm invested in them. And yeah, so mostly I'm invested in sort of more risky coins. Injection protocol has to do with decentralized trading online. MantraDAO, I'm invested in this heavily in this one because it wants to offer a similar service to what Uniswap is doing, and Uniswap has a huge market cap compared to MantraDAO. So I think if MantraDAO is able to launch, you know, their new service, it's gonna be, you know, and it's gonna be successful, then they're definitely gonna shoot up. And I'm not going to go into too much details about all the other projects. I'll probably cover them in later videos, but this is my portfolio in a nutshell. Feel free to comment if you think, if you have one of those coins, or if you don't like one of those coins, or if you have any questions about those coins, just let me know. Essentially, yes, this portfolio needs a bit of a reshuffle. The percentages are, a bit off because of the, ups and downs of the crypto market. Essentially, I want to be more invested in the bigger coins rather than the smaller caps. Alright guys, till next time, have a good one.